was very surprising. This was extremely surprising. I predicted a 2-0 win for Dortmund. That was my prediction. I said Dortmund, they're going to get that win 2-0 to Dortmund 100%. That's what they're going to do. That's how they're going to roll with. They're going to get that 2-0 win. Dortmund are going to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, Bayern will get a 2-0 win. My prediction was 2-0 win to Bayern. I did not account for this dude. Check him out. I didn't talk about this dude. Tier 2. Henceforth, 2019, Tier 2. We have delivered his Tier 2 card. It takes a while because the whole processing thing of, because whenever you move tiers, I've got to go to the office, I've got to fill in a few papers, I've got to sign about four things, but by, I say give it 24 to 48 hours, Jadon Olusegun Sancho will officially be a Tier 2 player. For a guy this young to be Tier 2, that's scary. Because if I'm looking at my Tier 2 players, okay, well, you've got the Us, you've got Mbappe. But for a guy like this to be entering into that Tier 2 echelon, that's huge. Because trust me, I think there are only about 12, 14 players who are Tier 2 out of the hundreds of players that exist. So for him to enter that Tier 2 echelon, I think it's big time. This kid is money. This kid is good. This kid is something special. Do you want dribbling? Do you want footwork? Do you want decision making? Do you want silky skills? Do you want bravado? Do you want extravagance? Do you want sexiness? Or do you want entertainment? This kid has it. This kid has it. This kid is something truly, truly special. And I cannot wait to see what this guy does and how he can impact Dortmund even more. Sancho, he taught Bayern a new one. Again, I'm very sorry for the language I used there. But Sancho lubricated Bayern Munich. He lubricated an entire club. Bayern Munich, I think they're about 100, 200 years old. So a fetus, a test tube baby, an IVF experiment lubricated an entire club. Hashtag exposure season. We're gonna have an honest convo about Neuer. Yes, that's happening. That's happening. We'll start here, but we'll go more. But see, exposure season is gonna last throughout this whole season because it's a hashtag I'm bringing in. But what Sancho did has put Neuer in the firing line because Neuer is under review. I'm not inducting him. Relax, chill. He's under review. You can't get colored by a fetus. Sorry, I don't know how to move forward, but you can't get colored by a fetus. But I think that this is a very good way to start off for this review is Jadon flipping Sancho. And just what a special player Dortmund have on their hands. Because remember, this was without Torgan Hazard. This was without your boy Julian Brandt, who I think are going to be pretty damn good. But what this dude can do, because this dude was already very impressive last season. As of right now, this is England's most talented player. I don't want to hear anything else. I'm not going to mention that other dude's name, okay? Because I'm not hating. I'm going to mention that other dude's name. This is England's most talented player. I couldn't give a damn what those clowns, the Sun, the Mirror, who cares about them? The only footballing voice that matters is my voice. HH, Halfhope, the kid, the golden picking, the blue picking, the sexiest analyst in the world. And this dude called Sancho is England's best player, and I am excited to see what this guy can do. I'm extremely excited to see what this guy can do. So let's just get down to the nitty-gritty of this game. I felt that, it was a pretty... This game went ahead like a lot of the Bayern Dortmund games. It went ahead like a lot of the Bayern Dortmund games because I think what you saw was Bayern controlled possession. Well, you could argue that they controlled the game. They dictated how the game was being played. But the fact of the matter is, even if they controlled how the game was being played, Dortmund were given very good counterattacks, and I think Bayern were having a lot of issues with how quickly Dortmund were countering. But Bayern controlled the game. But what I saw from Bayern was this: is that Lewandowski needs help. Bayern can't go into the new season, especially in Europe, where Lewandowski is your only attacking weapon. I feel the void that has been left with Robin and Ribery not being there. Even if they're not even on the pitch, the fact that they're not even in the squad, you can never really call upon them, and you don't have their presence there. I felt that void. Muller is on the decline. He can still give you something. Muller is on the decline. Muller can't be your bona fide starter if you're trying to be serious of being thingy in Europe. I think because I focus a lot on Kingsley Coman and his gameplay. I thought this was actually one of Coman's better games. I'll be honest, this was actually one of Kingsley Coman's better games because he did some very good stuff, good skills. His ball control was a lot tighter. His decision making was a lot better in how he was utilizing Alaba, how he was utilizing the guys making the runs. He was much more aware of those that were making runs off of him. But if Coman is your main starting wide man, I don't know how much you can do because he is limited. And I think when we saw what Bayern did, as much possession and control they had of the game, they are missing a spark. There's a spark missing about them. I don't know what Boateng is doing in this team. I sure as a hope that Boateng ain't a starting defender for Bayern. Please, I am begging you. If Boateng is a starting defender for these dudes, Bayern might as well just use the 4-4-3 rule. Then don't even turn up. Okay, because Liverpool, Juventus, even those clowns, PSG they will give birth to Boateng. They'll give birth to Boateng. So please don't. But the approach play of Bayern, it just felt it was too obvious, too predictable. And I think that the system and the kind of play that Niko Kovac is bringing in, which it does look nice, it's very structured, it's very well organized, calls for very good attacking wide players. Coman at best is a tier 3 player. Coman will never be a tier 2 player. It will never happen. For the rest of his career, he will never sniff tier 2 status. Gnabry ain't tier 2. Maybe he can be, but he's not tier 2. As of right now, I ain't putting Gnabry tier 3. That's not happening. So, you don't have any wide men, whether it's Sancho or Gnabry or Coman, who is a bona fide tier 3 player. That's a problem. That's an issue. So I think as it went on, Dortmund now need okay, this is how this game is going to go. Well, let's sit deep and let's just pounce on the counter attack. And I think Bayern kept on hitting them. And the key thing that dominated, especially in the second half, the outball. And this is what I was saying live on my Twitch. One of the hardest things to do in football, and one of the things that a manager tries to find in a player is, can you play well under pressure? Are you able to find an outball if you're under pressure? That is a very, very key attribute and a very key stat that if you're able to do that, that is very important. That is very important if you're able to do that. That's a very key stat to have. If you're able to give that outball if you're under pressure. Not many teams can do that. So it's something that, you need to really think about. So, and then Sancho happened. And I think what you saw from Sancho, from that first goal, superb footwork. Absolute superb footwork with about 3 players around him. Head up, made the right pass. That's the key thing. You can do all the silky moves in the world, you can do all the dribbling things, but can you end it either with you taking a good shot or making a good decision? Head up, Alcacer is free, the right pass, gave it to him, and my God, that shot, that G from Alcacer was money. 2014 Neuer saves that. 2013 Neuer saves that. Hashtag exposure season. We have to talk about 2019 Neuer. I have the utmost respect for Neuer. I have the utmost respect for the Berlin Wall. I have the utmost respect for what Neuer has done and his impact to the game. I think that Neuer can still go down as one of the greatest keepers that the game has ever seen, and how he has evolved the whole thing. Because Neuer did mix, but that's in particular, Neuer told you Because I have an extremely high benchmark for Neuer. If that was Chesney or Allison or Edison, I'd be like, okay, Neuer, I have very, very high expectations of you. You're that dude. You're that dude. I have been touting you as being that dude of like, you know what? This guy's gonna end up being regarded as the greatest keeper of all time. That's what I've done. That's what I've said. But that wasn't pretty. That wasn't. I thought he should have saved that. And then second G, again Dortmund, great outball. That's what they did very well. Bayern came at them. They were able to just find that ball over the top to beat that press that the Bayern had. So the ball beat the press. It was 3-1. Sancho again, because again he could have easily looked up trying to play the pass, but he maintained his focus and he colored Neuer. 2-0, and that's all that she wrote. Bayern Munich look old. That team needs to be revamped. I think Alaba is done. Thiago Alcantara needs help in the midfield. Lewandowski, isolated by himself as a striker, ain't gonna work. Goretzka is tier 3. But Bayern need a tier 2 or an upper tier 2 player. So if I'm looking at that Bayern attack, there's not a single tier 2 or upper tier 2 player in that Bayern attack. That's scary. That you do not have Bayern flipping, you do not have either a tier 2 or an upper tier 2 player in that attack. That team is old. Pava and Hernandez are not going to help you. These guys are not going to help you be victorious in Europe. They're not going to help you with that CL. So, and with regards to Dortmund, see, that isn't enough for me to say that Dortmund are going to win the Bundesliga. But do you know what was impressive about that? It's a psychological win over one of your rivals. This was done without Torgan Hazard, Julian Brandt, and Mats Hummels. So 3 of your new signings, 2 of them offensive players. And the defense holding firm and the defense keeping a clean sheet without Hummels. So to be able to do that without 3 of your new signings, that is very impressive. And I think from that Dortmund side, I'm seeing that perhaps I am seeing a slight improvement in that defense. It still worries me, but I am seeing a slight, because Dortmund defended very well. They kept their position very firm and they made some great last-ditch tackles and they made it very difficult for Bayern. Although Bayern should have scored during a scramble in that second half. But I just think for Dortmund, Hummels is key. This is what I said on my live chat stream. The most important signing Dortmund made was Hummels. Yeah, Hazard and Brandt just elevate and improve the attack. And my God, I cannot wait to see how good those guys are on the counter attack with Hazard and Brandt. That's going to be insane to watch. I cannot wait to see how those guys look on a quick counter attack. Combine it with Sancho, Lord in heaven. But the most important signing for Dortmund is Mats Hummels. If Mats Hummels comes and he fits in well and is giving you tier 2, upper tier 2 defending, that is going to be the most transformative thing for Dortmund. We also what Van Dijk did for Liverpool. Van Dijk transformed Liverpool totally, making them how to break down clean sheets, the whole thing. Dortmund don't have the same kind of setup without the ball that Klopp has. But a really great, experienced, quality defender that can read the game can transform your team. So for Dortmund, it's looking promising. Even if Bayern Munich gets Leroy Sané, this team still needs work. Lewandowski came out and he said with his own mother, "Bruh, I need help. I can't do this by myself. I need assistance, and I just can't do it by myself. I need assistance. I need someone to help me. And if I don't have assistance or someone to help me, I'm going to be screwed. I'm going to be flipping screwed." So, well done to Dortmund. Well played. That was a quality play. And for me, I just think that it's a case of really, man. Bayern have a lot of work to do. Bayern have a lot of work to do, and they have to do a lot more to really compete. That team that I saw from Bayern are not competing in Europe. They're not competing in Europe at all. But with regards to Dortmund, I think they can be an interesting threat. I think quarters max for Dortmund. That's quarters max. But if they can get the defense right, and they reduce the amounts that they can concede, I think Dortmund can really, really, really run bad for the money. And Dortmund or Marco Reus a flipping Bundesliga title.